Hello, thanks for tuning in, and this is Real Football UK, and today we're going to talk about the Champions League Final, and we're going to make some predictions in the game between Liverpool and Tottenham. Thanks for joining me. My name's Ian and this is Real Football UK. Today we're going to be looking at the Champions League Final between Liverpool and Spurs coming up on Saturday in Madrid. Who's going to win? We'll look at some predictions, including some bold predictions. But first we're going to start by just recapping the Europa League Final that happened yesterday. And it was Chelsea who ran out victorious in the end with a 4-1 hammering over Arsenal over in Baku's Olympic Stadium in front of what has to be said was a pretty disappointing crowd and definitely a disappointing atmosphere. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Now, Arsenal actually started the game quite well. They knocked the ball around. Chelsea did have more possession and always looked like the more dangerous team on the break. It was Chelsea who always looked much more dangerous on the attack, and so it proved. Arsenal actually played the first half really quite well. They knocked it around quite well. They had a couple of chances, but to be honest, it was always Chelsea who looked more likely to score, more dangerous on the attack, and Arsenal's defence just didn't have an answer for them, and they didn't have an answer for Eden Hazard, who probably made his final appearance for the Blues before heading off to Madrid in the summer. It's fair to say Arsenal never really looked like winning once they went 1-0 down. When they were 3-0 down, of course, they did pull one back, and suddenly everyone's attention was thinking, oh, this could happen again. This could happen again. And Chelsea thought, no, it's not going to happen again, because they soon made it 4-1, wrapped the game up. Eden Hazard with a lovely left-footed goal into the bottom corner, wrapped it up, and Arsenal were done. Just a quick note on Baku and the place for the final. It's been spoken about a lot before the game, clearly, but UEFA have really messed up with this final, in my opinion. It should never have been played in such a remote location, not because that place doesn't deserve a final, although there's obviously political issues that make that a problem, and quite honestly, there's good reasons why it shouldn't have been there politically. But that aside, it's not because these smaller countries shouldn't have games like this, but when there's not the transport links and there's not the ease of access to get to these places, they shouldn't be hosting games, really. It's just, if the infrastructure's not there, yes, the stadium's there, but the infrastructure's not there, it's not good. And, you know, people will say obviously Chelsea and Arsenal in the final, but no one knew who was going to be in the final when the award to Baku was given, so that's not really an argument that washes with me. It just doesn't sit right with me. Thankfully, the Champions League Final is in a much more sensible location. It's in Madrid. Liverpool v Tottenham. It's going to be a cracking game, I think. And let's get into it. Let's have a little look at it. So Liverpool go into the game as clear favourites. There's no doubt about that. They finished second in the league. They would have won the league in every other season other than this one because of Manchester City. They were fantastic. They scored goals. They didn't concede many goals. They were fun to watch. They have been a brilliant team. They came from 3-0 down against Barcelona in the Semi Final to come back and book their place in the final with an amazing, unforgettable night at Anfield. Liverpool are favourites. However, Tottenham have had a pretty good season themselves. The job that Pochettino's done is absolutely amazing. In fact, I think Pochettino, for me, is possibly a candidate for manager of the season. Bearing in mind, Tottenham didn't spend a single penny this season or in the off-season last summer. It's incredible what Pochettino's done. Plus, he's had key injuries at times, including to Harry Kane, who has declared himself fit for the final, and we'll come on to Harry Kane. Because Liverpool were the second best attack in the Premier League this season with 89 goals. That's an incredible amount of goals. Only Manchester City scored more goals than them. And on the other side of the ball, they conceded the fewest goals in the whole league. Only conceded 22 goals. So Spurs really have it all to do. Liverpool are phenomenal. So Tottenham are going to need some luck as well as having an excellent game plan, which I'm sure Pochettino will have them drilled into him. He's such a good coach. He has them so organised, so drilled. We will see what happens. Harry Kane might start. He said he's fit. He's declared himself fit for the final. I don't think Pochettino's going to start him. I don't think after 7 weeks out with an ankle injury you can just throw yourself back into a Champions League final, although the temptation will be there clearly. I think it would probably be better if he came off the bench as a bit of an impact player, especially if things aren't going well for Tottenham. as things progress. We don't know. We'll find out soon. We'll find out on Saturday. It's not long. So exciting. I can't wait. So, I always remember watching the FA Cup final with my dad and my brother quite a few years ago now. And my dad always used to make us do like little predictions before the game. So, we used to choose what minute the first goal would begin, who would be the first scorer, the full-time result and all that sort of thing. And it was always a bit of fun, so I'm going to have a go at that now, and you can join in as well. If you want to join in, if you want to have a go, put a comment in the box below. So, how many goals do we think there are going to be in this Champions League final? Well, the bookmakers clearly think that this is a game where there's going to be lots of goals. No surprise, we've got Tottenham and Liverpool, two of the best attacking teams in the Premier League, scoring goals for fun. Liverpool scored 89, Tottenham scored 67 in the Premier League season, and the bookies are pointing towards the fact that they think there's going to be 3 goals in this game. The odds for over 3.5 goals is 19-10, so almost 2-1 for 4 goals or more. I think that's a brilliant value bet. So for me, I think there's going to be 4 or more goals in this Champions League final. The minute of the first goal, well, I think the first goal won't be mega early. I think it will come in the first half, and I think it's going to come in the 22nd minute. The minute of the first corner, I think that will come fairly early in the game. I think there'll be a quick out of the blocks. Both teams will be looking to put pressure on the other team. I think we'll get some pressure early on, and that will result in a corner in the 6th minute. Number of yellow cards. Well, I think that this game will get quite feisty. I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be fast-paced, and I think there's going to be certainly some dodgy tackles flying in. So I can see there being 5 bookings in this game. First goal scorer, really tricky one this. Harry Kane obviously is back in contention to be played. However, personally, I think he'll start on the bench. I'm not sure whether Pochettino will throw him in. I might be totally wrong on that. I don't think he will. I think he's been out for 7 weeks. For me, that's just a bit too long, especially when Tottenham have been in the rhythm of winning games without him. So I don't think Kane will be the first goal scorer. Obviously, on the other side of the ball, you've got Salah, you've got Mane, you've got Origi. You've got a wealth of talent in the Liverpool team who could score a goal at any time. I actually think that Tottenham will score the first goal though. And I'm going to predict that Lucas Moura scores that first goal. So that leads me to, what will the score be? Well, I've already hinted that I think there'll be more than 3.5 goals. I think there's going to be more than 4 goals actually. I think there's going to be 5 goals in this game. I can see Tottenham taking an early-ish lead, but I can see Liverpool coming back to win and winning the game 3-2. And just for a bit of fun, I also like to throw in a couple of bold predictions. So these are predictions that, you know, they're bold, they're risky, they're out there, but these are what I'm going to go for. So my first big bold prediction is this. I think we'll see 2 red cards in this final. I think it's going to be quite feisty. I've already said there's going to be quite a few bookings. I can easily see these things boiling over and there being 2 red cards. And my second bold prediction is that I think that with all the talent on display, I think we're going to see a goal from 40 yards or more away. I think there's going to be just something exceptional is going to happen. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the Champions League final. If you like this video, please think about subscribing, like the video, leave a comment, leave your predictions underneath as well. It'd be really interesting to see what other people think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.